Respect, you already know the vibes. NAGA. So, first and foremost, you be liking the videos I be bringing or whatever. You want to show a donation, give some love or whatever. The link will be in the description. You know what I'm saying? For the Cash App, all donations is accepted. If you like these crowns right here, these crowns, salute to the brother, Copper L, Copper Child Mike L. Respect to the brother. If you like these crowns, you want to reach out to him yourself, because you know I always got these on in my videos or whatever. The link will be in the description. I also do, and I don't do it on. I did it on here one time. Like I was talking to a young lady, you know, and she gave me her name to do, you know, and I broke it down, and you know we had some verses in that, and it was pretty powerful. So me understanding the literature of numerology, not really numerology to the fullest, but the numbers, the numeric aspect that attached to the emotional concept of lettering, and how lettering holds vibrations and formulate a name. And then you speak these vibrations and might not know why your characteristics are in certain trees of energy. I can point that out for you and show you. So if you're interested in knowing that information, email will be down in the description. You can contact me and I'll put you on, you know what I'm saying, and show you what you might be dealing with in your life or whatever. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, I got my copper on today because I feel like I had to intensify some of the protection attributes. You know what I'm saying? Some copper, some gold, some silver. You know what I'm saying? You already know the vibes. And you know we got to keep the respect. So, and I'm not smoking weed. This is not weed. This is a type of sage, okay, that tastes really, really good. I never knew sage could have this type of flavor and have the effect that it does. And it's pretty looking too. I'm going to get a branch and show y'all one day. It might change the way you put the burns in the air and all that. You know what I'm saying? But it's really good. It tastes wonderful. I'm going to put you on. But not right now. When I go back to the shop and I get what I need, I'm going to put you on. All right, so with that being said, you got to be mindful of the energies that you may be dealing with and how they come about. We coming out of this Hunter's moon, this Aries moon, you know what I'm saying? And we going into Scorpio, which is the time of the dead. It's going to bring about an ending of some sorts, you know what I mean? So you got to be mindful of the current energy that you be in, your stability energy, which you be in. And yeah, excuse me, these bugs be hitting me up out here, y'all. You just like mad space out here. We all out in the open, you know what I'm saying? So these bugs be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I be like, fuck out of here. You know what I mean? But you got to be mindful of your energies that you in, you know what I'm saying? And your current state of stability and comfort. So then when you train into other energies, you know what I mean, you're able to notice what energies are coming in and may fluctuate with your energy. Why am I speaking like this? Well, I'm a Cancer. I'm a King Cancer. The reason why I say King Cancer, because I fall directly in the middle of the whole year, each year. You know what I'm saying? I was born on a Friday, you know what I mean, as a Cancer. And the Cancer energy, the moon energy, deals with the flow, you know, the water. So I was doing science on water one day, you know what I'm saying? I was listening to this scientist from Egypt talk about how when the waters come out of the mountains in Africa and they flood down to the plains, when they come out of the mountains and they start riding down the dry land or whatever, when they test it with the electrometer, the water has a current. Not just the way it flows, it has an electrical current, which means the water is alive at some point, because if you had dry water wouldn't just bring life to stuff. It has to have a certain amount of balances in it that allow it to have an electrical current. So when this water comes busting through the rocks, the flow of it you know what I'm saying, the friction that is taking place is bringing more of an electrical field to the water, which gave them understanding to know that the water had life, that it was alive. It wasn't just water. You know what I'm saying? Like the water had an actual living energy. You know what I'm saying? Just like how we move, we got a living energy. If you touch yourself right here, right? I'm gonna show you how fast electricity in your body travels. You touch yourself. So while you touching yourself, if you didn't have the electricity, you'd just be doing this, and then you would have to gauge it yourself. It would take a long time for you to be like, boom. Oh, wow, I'm touching myself. And that's just me being funny. But what happens is when you touch yourself, an electrical signal from that point goes like this. Boom, boom. And then it registers for you to say that it's a touch. That's how fast electricity travels. So we be all open about light speed and all that, when in fact your body is in light speed. It lives within light speed. You see what I'm saying? You live within light speed, because it's how the flow of energy has to go around your body to give you a full understanding on what's taking place particularly. That's the only way you can feel a resonance with the energies that's going around. You know what I'm saying? Especially within yourself. It has to give a signal to the brain and then go back to the spot, so therefore you can pay attention to it. That's electricity. Electricity for us works in different ways. We use it for lights. You know what I'm saying? We use it for, you know what I'm saying, whatever have you that electricity is plugged up into. Just like a phone, you got to charge it so it works. You know what I mean? So having the knowledge between certain frequencies of the flow will give you a better understanding of what's coming and going, especially as it goes through you. This is flow. When we speak about the flow in life, you got to understand whether, even if it falls in circumstantial situations. So you got situations like you're trying to obtain something. You're trying to get things done. You see what I'm saying? You're trying to make something happen. That's cool. How you know it's not going to take place is because it'll be a physical energy that you can't touch. What do I mean by that? It'll be a feeling that affects you physically, and you'll be frustrated. You'll be like, damn, shit ain't working right. But you pick that feeling up. You literally pick that feeling up. Or a circumstance that should have took place was pushed back because of certain flows or certain blockages in the flow of things. So, unbeknownst to me, before I was listening to the scientists talk about the flow of the water coming out the mountains, as the water goes down the mountains and it hits the plain, this force of energy hits the plain, and the plain is dry before the water gets there. When it gets there, everything goes boom. It starts growing. Life comes from everything. Why is this important? Well, when different energies are flowing across your frequency, because you got to think about it, frequencies are going like this. It's like waves. Just like how you got the water wave and it has waves. These waves, say they horizontal, like this. For example, just say they horizontal in life, the waves just boom. Right? So as these waves on different levels are flowing, right? You can have another set of waves coming like this. Why this is still going like that. So now you got these waves coming across your frequency. You know what I'm saying? What's that? You know, you be like, yo, what's that? Why things different? What's that energy like? It's a lot of information on that. It's a lot of information on that. And that information, for you to be in tune to your current flow of frequency, that information will interject with what you are familiar with. So then you can pick up on it like that. That's the skill of a Cancer. That's why most of my homeboys, niggas be like, yo, I be having so much going on in my head, son. The niggas that I'm friends with that are Cancers, you know what I'm saying? They be like, yo, I get mad. I don't want to hear nothing. And I be like, yo, you know why it's like that? You got a lot of attributes within your electricity that take place at one time that you haven't learned how to separate. You know what I mean? Yo, there's so many things you can do with vibration. Like vibration is heavy within a relationship and bringing forth life. You know what I'm saying? The way you bring forth the life with vibration, oh my goodness, it's so dynamic. See, I did a video probably like a few years ago, 2-3 years ago, about how you can take the vibration and you and your counterpart can use vibrations to grow your energies in a certain way. And then when y'all visualize the pretense of what you want to bring forth into this life, you use the same vibrations to make that come into fruition. How many people can say they know exactly what they gonna birth? How many people can actually say, yo, I know what I'm gonna birth, I know what me and what we put together, what energy we use to bring forth that. Oh, look at the light. You see that joint turn up just now? Look. You see it? Yeah. Yeah, you see it? That light like, boom. You see it? Look at that. That's that energy. It's that vibration. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I guess it mostly happens when my energy goes up, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I be deep into it. Look at that. See? So I'm just trying to get you to understand, and understand that we have more control over frequencies and vibrations, but people are not in tune to this little minute energy that is so large, that so largely it plays a part of our individual lives every day. You know what I'm saying? We're not really in tune that these frequencies are relevant within us. We're not in tune that this is the reason why certain things go left or right, why certain energies just pop up in certain people. You're like, yo, what's that? You know what I mean? These energies have everything to do with understanding what time and frequency that we in. So me as a Cancer, naturally being on being in between 2 and 7 on vibrational creation. See, that's the next level right there. People don't even know what creation level they at. You know what I'm saying? The numbers speak on that. Like how many times you've been created here. That'll speak on volumes because certain things you do not have to do again. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm dealing with a certain amount of energy that I'm already way super familiar with, then I'm able to distinguish the type of energy without being fully affected by whatever the purpose of that energy is. You see what I'm saying? And that's important because my energy is already familiar. It's like having a certain immunity to certain kinds of things. But that's just you knowing what frequency you deal with. You know what I mean? And I use the word immunity because that's a familiar word for us to understand when it comes to saying it won't affect you in a large way. You see what I'm saying? Most of the time, immunity comes from your body having information on something trying to come through your situation that it's already familiar with. You know what I'm saying? So since it's already familiar with it, you can pass through that in a different way. You know, most of the time when things take place, it's because we're not aware. Like if something walk up on you like, oh shit, it shocked you. So it gets your attention. You know what I mean? And the more you believe in a circumstance, the more the effect is. So imagine you in the energy and then something comes out the blue and you're not ready for that. You're not prepared for it. It's gonna affect you. There's no way you can stare that down and you know, kind of weave it. It's gonna affect you. Hands down, there's nothing you could do about that. You know what I'm saying? But how you can learn, moreover, to not be so in depth, to be trapped by certain energies that you may seem weak to, is to be mindful of your energy. Being mindful and being aware of where your frequencies are based at that current moment, where your comfortability is, where your stability is, where that sits at as far as how you feel, you know, on your frequency value. Now, when you learn that, another frequency that may come into your facility, you can pick up on the energy. It's just now you understanding or taking the time to understand the different frequencies that may exist on different on different trains of energy that may come across your energy at certain times of a year. And when you start to understand that, then you know what's coming to you, and you know what's trying to affect you and how it would affect you. Now, mathematics is dope, because if I take one number and I add it to this number, I'm going to make another number. That sounded real simple, right? If I take this number, add it to that number, I'm going to make another number. Well, that happens in life on every situation. We call it reactions. You know what I mean? So depending on what you mix with that, you'll get a different reaction. It's just that simple. So if you can know what you mixing across your energy when it comes, you can tell what the possibility going to be. Because there's only one outcome. See, this is high-level mathematics. High-level mathematics. And when you start understanding, overstanding, and understanding how... See, let me stop right there for a minute. Let me tell you about the NAGA. You know about the NAGA? You know what the NAGA... So everybody want to talk about what NAGA looked like. You know what I'm saying? NAGA's... I was building or watching a brother, man. He was touching on something that I was just being put on to probably like a month or two before I caught this video. But he put it in very simple terms. The brother was like, see, the NAGA had a process to where they could take the DNA and wrap it in the braids. You know what I'm saying? And a different understanding of where you twist up the characteristic to create something new. I used to say like 20 years ago, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, yo, it seems like everything in life is wrapped in the braids. Like the problem is like, it's like you take a hair and twist it, and then you twist it this way, and you twist the other one that way, and then they all twisted up, right? So then you take those 3 twisted hairs and then braid them. You know what I'm saying? You got a camaraderie of roads and twists and turns. You see what I'm saying at that point? Makes the conjunction different. It comes out different. The combination of it may be smooth or it may be rough. It depends on how that whole thing came together. So you got to understand what the NAGA was doing. Before you start pointing out what y'all think y'all know about NAGA, understand why I am NAGA. You know what I'm saying? I was watching General Seti the other day, and a brother touched on it deep and denounced to me something I've already done. He was speaking on. See, a name that I had prior, before I was even in this state, was El Sharar Moore. The NAGA used the terms of the oil. It was crazy. So I was like, damn, I didn't even know where the NAGA came from. For me, it was like one day the energy was like, yo, you gotta rise that, you know what I'm saying? And I was dealing with a whole other set of people. This probably 10, 12 years ago, 15 years ago, you know what I'm saying? I was about to change the name from El Sharar Moore. And the first name changed to Ariel, right? NagaEl. Didn't know why I chose that. Come to find out, a guardian protection of mine was Ariel. Didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? NagaEl. So I'm putting myself in between. What is El? El is the original man. Regardless. El is the Elohim, is the original man. So I'm putting the original man's appointment of me and my protection angel on this side, and then NAGA in the middle. I didn't even understand I was doing this. And then it graduated from Ariel NagaEl to NagaNeter. Nukpanu Ku. Nukpanu Ka. That means I am light. I actually talked to Baba Heru years ago. You know what I'm saying? And not the brother y'all know, but it's the other brother in New York who make the jewelry. The old head who make the jewelry, and he wear the he patah. You know what I'm saying? He patah. He wear the suits with the pleats. He be talking about the pleats. You know, you can stick your hand in it, you know what I mean? I ain't even about to go all into that, but I was building with the old head, you know what I'm saying? On the phone one day, I just called him, and I was like, you don't know me, da-da-da-da. We was building. I actually talked to him 3 times within my rise for some reason. I don't even know why the urge was for me to speak to him, but I reached out to him, and he was like, say that. Nukpanuku, Nukpanuku, Nuka, Pa, Nuka, Ku, Nuka, Pa, Nuka, Ku. It means I am light, and you will be light. So even lack thereof of certain knowledge I didn't know, I would always chant that. I would always say that every morning in my rising. And I started pulling in light. And then I seen him on the joint talking about, I'm a su pa entra, sau su ra pa entra, awu, o awu ra, maketi pa heru ra. Keep yourself for the divine. Keep yourself daily for the divine. And do it tomorrow as you do it today. In my mind, I started combinating it with that and light. And that started bringing me a different energy. So then I added the pretense of Naga to that. And I used to do a chant. Be like, Naga, Neteru, Naga, Neteru, 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 Naga, boom, boom, Neteru, 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 Naga, boom, boom, Naga, Neteru. I'm a su pa entra sau su ra pa tra awu o awu ra ra maketi pa heru ra ra naga boom 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 neteru naga boom 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 neteru nupa nuku nuka pa nuka kuku nuka pa nuka kuku naga boom 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 neteru naga boom 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 neteru I'm a su pa entra sau su ra pa tra awu o awu ra ra maketi pa heru ra ra naga boom 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 neteru. Pause. I be loving that joint right there. That's like my little personal. So if you ever hear somebody trying to take my joint off my page, you know you heard it here first. Make sure y'all go fight that. Y'all be like, nah, that's Naga joint right there. Ain't nobody doing that yet. Ain't nobody mixing chants up. You know what I'm saying? So I took the energy of that and the energy of that with the energy of me and I mixed them together. It was the same symbology of me doing that to the name or the evolution of my name growing in some pretense. You see what I'm saying? Like it was deep like that for me. So the more I got immersed in understanding what the Naga did in times before and how I was actually in that energy of twisting and turning things myself and creating new energies. I've always been a creator. I can make things happen. I can, kind of come from the ground up like that, depending on what I'm doing. It really didn't make a difference. You see what I'm saying? When people try in life, they try to do things hard. Or they try to do things in life and they trying to figure out why things are stuck or why they couldn't go to this next level or what's the difference in what they think they understand about certain things. Like, it's because they wasn't freeing themselves from the current understanding of how they looked at things. They didn't know their personal pretense. They didn't know who they were individually to know what to do with their energy. You see what I'm saying? You got to know where you fall at in your placement. You know what I'm saying? I fall on the 29th, right dead smack in the middle of 6 months on this side, 6 months on this side. You know what I'm saying? So I know this plane of existence we live on is a duality. It's a yin and yang, which is also my existence. Eventually, all y'all be cancers. In about an eon or so, ain't gonna be nothing but cancers on this plane of existence. unless the next body of life move to another place. You know what I'm saying? But on this spot, it's cancers, baby. You know what I'm saying? Because this is our existence. Trying to understand that, it's like pulling from both sides. You're pulling from this side and this side, both sides of the yin and yang, and coalesce the energy in the middle. You know what I mean? So, what's going on here? Hold on.